What's up, everybody? It's Jack and Dan.
Hi.
And we're just going to do a little video today about Jack's turtles. Jack's going to take over the camera here. We're going to talk about something called Nu Skin. And if you've been a nurse as long as I have, you're very, very familiar with this kind of product. And we're going to kind of show you today how we've used it on our animals throughout the history of being fish keepers and turtle keepers and things like that. Jack's going to take over here, and we're just going to talk about a couple things here real quick. So Nu Skin is basically like a liquid Band-Aid. It does have some antiseptic built into it. So if you put it on a wound, it helps to kill the bugs. But it's kind of like a sticky, in the medical field, we refer to it as skin prep or something like that. This is a little bit thicker than skin prep. Something we can use in situations where if you have a little cut on your finger, for instance, when you're a nurse, you're washing your hands constantly. But of course, even if you're wearing gloves, you're still drawing blood all the time. You're dealing with wounds. You're dealing with lots of blood and guts and things like that. Well, I've been a nurse almost 30 years, and I'm very familiar with this. So you can put this on if you got a little cut, maybe in the winter time and things when your fingers are cracking from washing them so many hundreds of times throughout the day. So if you haven't ever heard of this, it's wonderful stuff. We got this, really any drugstore will have it for about $4 or $5. And there's different, one might be called liquid Band-Aid or whatever.
I've used that before, liquid Band-Aid.
Yeah, when Jack used to do jiu-jitsu and that kind of stuff, he would have sometimes little cuts and things. I got these big bony elbows. Sometimes I scrape mine like I do there. You can't really keep a bandage on there, so put some Nu Skin on it. Well, Jack's little soft-shell turtles started having some issues here. We're going to show you. As you can see, they've gotten quite a bit bigger, and we by the time you see this, we probably would have already done an update on his tank. Of course, these are these little soft-shelled Florida turtles, wonderful little, cute little guys. They've about more than doubled in size since he got them, but having a couple issues with them getting caught against the bamboo, and they're very little, and they're very soft still, very little babies, so they cut their skin. The problem in his tank is we've got all these little botillas, like the striated loaches and the clown loaches and the plecos, and unfortunately, these guys are so little, when they bury themselves in the sand, if some of their shell is left hanging out here, though all those little botillas and loaches and things, even the hillstream loaches, they'll come along there and they'll kind of start eating away at that. Now, the good part about it is that stops there from being any growth, and it keeps it pretty clean. As you can see, this isn't infected or anything like that. It looks pretty good and clean. Part of that is the fact that I gave him a little saltwater bath. Of course, salt kills pretty much everything. Yeah. Gave him a little saline bath and then let him air dry. So now I'm going to put this little Nu Skin stuff on these little areas. I'm going to show you how to do it. They're not really having any discomfort. Again, they're probably not even really feeling anything. And as you can see, this comes a little brush like this. And
kind of like syrup.
Yeah, it's kind of syrupy, that kind of stuff. Oops. And you just kind of paint it on. And it might burn them a tiny little bit because, you know, there's an antiseptic in it. But I don't really think it's bothering him very much. He just kind of wants me to let go of him. So he's like, put me down. So I put a little layer on there, and I'm just going to let him kind of run around now. I'm going to take the other guy here.
I'm sure they don't spill the bottle.
Oh, yeah, he won't. And then again, we're just going to put a little drop in this guy's little area here, and he's just got a tiny little area. And you want to make sure you put this brush back in, just like any kind of substance like this. So it's very just kind of like a little gluey substance. We're going to let that dry. We have him in a little tank. Actually, we're working on this tank. We're going to be doing a new project in this tank. This is the tank that used to be the Aqua Cave in the big tank, and we took it out because we got that new little Aqua Cave that didn't have the frame in it for Iostigi. So since this tank fits so good on this desk here in my office, we're going to make a little planted tank out of this. We have a big, huge spider plant that we're going to be putting in here, and possibly some betas. Maybe even trying to breed some betas or something fun.
Yeah, we're going to probably put like 10 females and then like a male.
Yeah, we'll probably try something like that. We haven't done that in a while. We change things around all the time. So since we have this and it fits here nicely, we've got a huge spider plant coming out of one of our rain barrels, actually.
Yeah.
And winter's coming. It's going to be here before we know it, unfortunately. And since we've got this big wood burner in here, it's very hot over here on this side of the house. We get a lot of sun with these windows and doors here. So I'll put that big spider plant in here. We bought it for like $10 at Home Depot when we were there. Put it on top of one of our rain barrels, and it's like massive now. So we're going to probably bring it in here and put some betas in here, or maybe Jack's old under gravel filter. We always kind of use and don't use it. So we're going to let this dry and then possibly put on another coat. As you can see, they're doing pretty good. And we're going to put on another coat after that dries a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put them right back into the tank. And what this will do is this will seal this off so it can heal from the inside out. The other fish won't be picking at it. It'll keep it waterproof. And we'll let it go for a few days and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, we'll simply pull them back out, put some more coats on it. If they continue to have issues, we'll probably isolate them and put them in a tank of their own, kind of quarantine them for a while. But we've used this kind of thing in the past. It's really awesome. As you can see, I mean, we just used a dab of it. This will literally last you for years. If you keep it in your medicine cabinet, you keep it locked up. And again, it's something that, you know, you can use for, you know, people, dogs, cats, herbivores, reptiles, amphibians, all kind of things. But these guys really are kind of amphibious. They will dry out and have a lot of problems. So you do have to kind of keep them in the water.
They're like frogs, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're reptiles, but they're more amphibious the way that their skin and shell work. So they will have a lot of problems. If you don't keep them in the water, you can't really just keep them out until this heals. So this is a great solution if you have something like this. Again, I don't think I've ever really used it on a frog before. But I have used it on turtles and turtle shells and things like that.
Have you had frogs before?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we've had like 3.
We've had African clawed frogs. We've had other kind of frogs. That's the other thing we could do. We could maybe put tadpoles in here, maybe some African clawed. We'll see, but that's a whole other video.
Okay.
So we're going to check back here in a little bit and put these guys probably back in the water after we do another coat and after it dries. We'll see you back here in a minute. We'll do a quick update on these guys. They're still working on our street, as you can hear. I don't know if they're ever going to be done. But I'm in here in Jack's room, had a quick lunch break. This liquid Band-Aid, this new skin, seems to be doing really awesome. You can tell it's nice and shiny. Right there. And this guy, other guy's down in here. Can't get a good shot of him. The bottom of his shell. There's one of those awesome Hillstream loaches right there. Love those guys. But he's down in there, and then the other guy that had the real big one. This new skin, it just seems to be doing absolutely amazing. You can tell it's nice and shiny. The fish are not attracted to these wounds at all. They do appear to be getting smaller and healing underneath that new skin. So, gonna kind of watch them for a couple days, and looks pretty good. Chances are likely. There he is. Come on up here so we can see your shell. He's eating some of the worms that fell down in there. Just giving them their lunch here. But they seem to be doing really good. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on them. And if that needs reapplied, we'll reapply it or whatever. But really seems to be working well. And again, I think these guys are just so little that they're, you know, getting a little nicked up here and there. They're fighting and playing. And the problem is these fish are pretty aggressive, and when they see those going on, especially when they're kind of, oh, see, he's digging himself down in there, and you could see when they dig themselves down in here, sometimes he completely covered him. Look at that. What a great job. They do a great job of burying themselves. Sometimes, though, they got a little bit of the back hanging out there. And when they do, the loaches and plecos and things will come along. These are the tiny little baby bristle-nosed plecos we got from Ohio Fish Rescue a few months back. And there's about 5 or 6 of them in here. Look how big they've gotten already. Just unbelievable. Ah, there's a sticker. There's a Jack's Ohio Fish Rescue sticker right there. So, yeah, we're going to be going there in a couple weeks, actually, and visiting them, too, again. Just love these Hillstream loaches. They're just the coolest little guys. Look at that guy. He's so neat. Just kind of vacuuming up that glass there and stuff. So cool. But anyway, we'll do another update video probably in the future. See how these shells are doing, but they seem to be doing good. When they get a little bigger and stronger, probably won't be much of a problem at all for them, you know. But just want to do a little update, and we'll see you next time.